you.
Right side. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh gosh.
and 5.
Oh gosh.
Alright.
Thank
Sorry.
you. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Alright.
Thank you, sir.
I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Dave K here today, and I'm sick. Today I'll be sharing with you my journey of getting sick. I am ill with something, and I will show you that within today's video and talk you through how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, what's going on, and all of that. Let's get to it. So, in an unexpected turn of events, my friend took a home test before traveling out of town from our celebratory weekend, and he had a positive home test result. So I also took a home test, and I had a negative home test result. I and he both got professional, a PCR test, or we went to a place with a drive-through where they test you, and it'll be a few days till we get our results. And I'll be doing another home test here in a couple of days to figure out my course of action forward. But yeah, it's an interesting turn of events. It's challenging, of course, during this time. It seems like we've been impacted similarly to our favorite, The Amazing Race, here in terms of being stuck on a detour potentially longer than expected. So we'll see if we're making a 2-week longer detour than we thought, maybe canceling one of our destinations, or if we're continuing the adventure. But we'll see how things go. For now, just trying to stay safe, make sure everybody is also safe and taken care of, and we'll see how things go. Stay well out there. You know, it's not all that complicated. A little bit tricky to shove the thing up your nose, but otherwise could be worse, I think. And nice to be able to get those results accessibly at not too crazy of a cost, depending upon where you get them from, but they can be pretty expensive as well. So, also, following up on the other evening, we went to BJ's, had some delicious food there as well, and a variety of starters. You had your queso, you had your avocado, and you had your spinach dip. For me, the queso was the winner of the dips, and I would say spinach and avocado I would skip in the future. It's just not my style. As for the pizzas, I really liked the white pizza, surprisingly. You know, the one I got as well was nice, the barbecue chicken, and then there was the 5 meat, which was decent as well. But I'd probably stick with something else in the menu, like the burgers, when they do those burger specials there. So just something to note here as well. So today is day 1. If yesterday was day 0, exposure day, you know, getting that information about test results and testing myself, today's the day after that. And you can maybe tell my voice isn't quite where it normally is, a little bit lower, a little bit harder to talk and to communicate. Sometimes it feels like I can't get the sounds out, which is really interesting. I had a headache that was kind of intense the other night. It's better now. You know, as I was going to sleep, had the headache, and I was actually quite cold, you know, but I'm feeling a lot better now. You can still hear it in my voice. I'm not sure exactly what it might be. You know, it could be, of course, the newest variant, but things happen, and we are doing the best we can, trying to stay well and recover. And I'm taking Tylenol, which I almost never take, really never take any sorts of pills, but, you know, gotta do what we can to stay well. Even Superman gets sick from time to time. And tomorrow was supposed to be my next flight here. So I think I'm gonna have to maybe give Southwest a call today and figure out what we can do, because those points were supposed to be expiring really soon. That's why I booked all these back-to-back trips. So yeah, we'll have to call them, see if we can rearrange things and figure out what our path forward is. But here's where I'm at, day 1, and might be taking a longer pit stop here than expected, just due to, you know, sounding sick, feeling a little ill, and hearing about those other test results. And when I say other test results, I don't know if I mentioned, my friend took a home test and got positive as the results. My home test came back negative, as did a few of the other friends. And the other friend had a negative test result before we went out to the cabin too. So not 100% sure what was going on there, but that's what we mean in terms of the test results and why I'm trying to be extra cautious right now. We'll see how things go.
Thank you for calling Southwest Airlines.
Hey Christine, this is David. How's it going? I have a flight scheduled for now from Houston to Denver for tomorrow. My friend who I'm staying with just tested positive, and I am having chills, headache, and my voice doesn't normally sound like this.
Oh!
Yeah. A piece of the question here, though, or the challenge is I'm using credits from flights that I've taken in the past, or was supposed to take in the past and got canceled as well. And so the credit was due to be expiring.
You could always go to southwest.com and go to Contact Us and submit a claim if you would like.
So, unfortunately, it seems like Southwest couldn't really help me get the credit back. So my credit that's expiring in March of this year, which is when all these trips are done, pretty much, is going to be lost regardless, that I had to cancel this flight due to feeling ill. So I'm going to lose about $150 or so in travel credit in March because I can't take this next leg here. But I am going to be staying a little bit longer in Houston just to make sure I'm not ill. You know, never know if you have anything. Even if the test didn't say that I have anything, doesn't hurt to err on the side of caution, not go anywhere, and take the time to recover. So yeah, we'll see how things play out moving forward. Unfortunately, Southwest couldn't help me with that. I got to also look at canceling the Airbnb. My cancellation policy now, unfortunately, is quite poor for that. But we'll see what happens. And Airbnb also, I'd reached my limit in terms of cancellations. That's why it's not looking so good. But we'll see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. My second COVID test. This is night 1. If I was exposed yesterday, or my friend found out yesterday, this is the evening after that. My test this time, I do have COVID. So now we know. So there you have it. Test number 2, the next day in the evening. I do indeed have COVID. Good news, I've been wearing the mask. I've been isolating regardless because clearly I had something going on. And now the test proves I do indeed have COVID. So unfortunately going to need to cancel that next trip that I've got on the agenda. Postponing Denver. If I didn't mention where it already was, I was going to do Denver. I actually changed the plan a couple of times. Was going to do another place as well. I was going to go to the Bay. But Bay, Denver, all of that is called off. And we will take a long rest stop here, a long pit stop, before we proceed to our next leg. We're going to stay around for another 2 weeks, it seems like. But I'm doing okay. You know, my voice isn't great. I got some chills, a little headache, and this is how I'm feeling. But I'm doing okay. You know, could be worse. I'll be fine. And just going to continue to work through it, power through, and get well soon. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Dave K here today, and I'm sick. I am sick, and this will be the longest pit stop of the Fantastic Sprint. And this is the very first Fantastic Sprint here. But yeah, I'm sick. What? You said my voice doesn't sound normal? I thought it sounds pretty normal. What does it sound like to you? Today is day 2 of feeling ill. I tested yesterday. I tested positive. The day before, day 0, is when my friend tested positive. And today, as you can tell, my voice sounds a little bit worse. I feel better. I have more energy, and the headaches are pretty much gone. The chills are pretty much gone, but the voice is worse. I, cough up the phlegm, lots of phlegm in there, and then I just cough up like dryness and air. It's a little scratchy in there, and that's not ideal, but otherwise, doing okay. I think I'm feeling better. Continuing to distance and isolate and do my own thing. It is unfortunate that I had to cancel the next part of the adventure. Today would have been fly day. But no worries, in 2 weeks we'll go somewhere else instead, so nice to take the time to recover, be able to figure things out before we move on to the next part of the adventure. By the way, frequently asked question, you may be wondering, I am indeed vaccinated. I don't necessarily like to go into the details of, everyone has their own choice, and everyone makes their own decisions, but I am vaccinated, and I wanted you to know that because I am having those symptoms, because I did test positive. I wanted you to see what my symptoms are like, even though I am vaccinated, and give you an idea of specifically what symptoms might look like for someone who is vaccinated. I think everyone has their own situation. It seems like my friend is feeling a lot better than I am, but he did get his most recent shot a lot more recently than I did. So who knows exactly how it works, what's going on with it, but this is how I'm doing, this is how I'm feeling. I'm okay. It just sounds bad. So I'm going to take the time to relax, kick back, and keep you posted on how I'm feeling throughout the days. And it sounds like my friend is doing better than I am. He still has his voice. He mentioned he does feel a little tired and have the headache and such, but it's worth noting that different people have different positions in terms of where they've been at in the status, but just wanted to let you know how we're doing over here. Doing fine. Just don't sound so hot. We'll see how things continue. It's hard to sleep, too, with this throat, but make it work. And now it is the evening of day 2. Call it night 2, if you wish. I would have been flying a little bit earlier today, but as you may be able to tell, my voice is doing a lot better. It still is a little bit uncomfortable, and it's still not quite as, perhaps, loud or as high pitch as it might normally be, but a lot better than this morning, and I think overall seems like I'm recovering, heading in the right direction, but I've heard people have ups and downs as well. So will this be the end of it? I guess only time will tell. Let's follow along, see how I'm feeling in the morning, and continue this illness progression adventure. I believe it is day 4 here. I'm trying to think. I was feeling ill on Tuesday. I think I tested on Monday, which would have been day 1. Yeah, so let's go with that. Let's go with today being day 4. If it's not day 4, it's whatever day was after last night when I did the 2 parts, and I did a night one and I did a day 1. But I think it's day 4, and I'm doing okay. I don't think I'm as good as yesterday. You know, a little bit more headachy or like soft, like runny nose. The voice, maybe it actually sounds a little bit better in the voice. I'm not quite sure. But I did have chills and woke up around 2:30 because I was feeling super cold. I took a Tylenol, reduced that fever. So yesterday was just the 1 Tylenol, or this morning at 2:30 a.m. was just the 1 Tylenol. And then 2 days ago, the Tuesday, was like 4 Tylenols over the course of a full day. And I don't usually take Tylenol. It's like the first time I've taken it in years. So just giving you an idea where I'm at. It's been pretty good, I feel like, for temperature regulation and all of that. But that's how I'm feeling. I think I'm doing all right, heading in the right direction and recovering well, solidly on the 4th day here. So this is where I'm at, continuing to be healthier and recover and sending you positive vibes on your staying healthy as well. But let's keep the day going. I'm gonna take my shower and drink lots of soups, and we'll see how we're feeling before we move on to our next leg. We're getting closer and closer to traveling yet again. And now it is night 4. Feeling a lot better than this morning. I feel like I've been doing a lot of nose blowing here. You know, still got some congestion and some throat discomfort here. But otherwise, I think I'm doing really well, you know. Feel like I'm definitely on the right track towards recovery. Again, I was up between 2:30 and 3:30 or so and took a Tylenol, but I haven't had any others today. Maybe I'll take one before bed, but I'm not sure I even need it. So we'll see how things go. But definitely feeling better than this morning. I think we're right back on track in terms of that recovery. And hopefully, within just a few days here, we'll be feeling 100%. But wanted to update you here this evening. Continuing to rest, relax. I did work today, you know. I took off some sick time like previously yesterday, but was able to work today and no problem. And nice to be on the mend, heading in the right direction. Today's day 5 here, and I am out getting another COVID test, getting a PCR test. Maybe asking yourself, Dave, why are you getting a PCR test? I had that positive test result when I got the home test, but that was the day after I got the PCR test. And the first home test and the PCR test last time were both negative, because that was the day before. So we'll see if this one comes back positive. Could help me with a couple different things, including Southwest Airlines is requiring some proof of COVID with a official test here in order to get refunded for those credits. This is the first time I've really had issues with Southwest. I feel like this might cause some challenges in my loyalty with Southwest, but that's a whole different conversation. So I'm getting the PCR test yet again, try to get those results officially documented for a few other reasons as well. Let's get tested here today, and you can tell I'm feeling pretty well too. You know, I still have the congestion and the cough and all that, but generally a lot better, and I'm working as well, so things are good. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so we've checked in for our appointment here. Hopefully this is a good angle. Got you mounted on the steering wheel. And we checked in for our appointment. It's a 3 to 5 day turnaround for the results, FYI, here in particular, but it's nice too because they're also doing the free testing. So pros and cons, you gotta look for what's right for you, but I'm not in a rush to get these results because I'm isolating anyways, I'm staying safe anyways, and I'm assuming that I have it anyways, but it'd be nice to get those results in front of us too. And 3 to 5 days, and you give them your ID and you fill out the registration, get checked in. They turn around pretty quick here. So he's making his way over, getting it all set up, and we're gonna be testing, shoving something up our nose yet again. Let's do it. It's my favorite thing to shove something up my nose. In case you were wondering, you know, COVID testing is like, it's one of my pastimes. So the fact that we get to do it so often now is just a thrill for me. It's a genuine thrill. I'm just kidding, obviously. But, you know, could be worse. Could be worse. Fortunately, you know, it's just something you can put up your nose. You don't need to take blood every time, right?
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
All right.
Right side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh.
All right. So the result will be emailed to you in 3 to 5 days.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Have fun.
All right.
Oh, he did it for us this time. Oh, that was spicy. Spicy. And we didn't have to do any of that bottled up process or anything like that, and we're gonna make our way back. But yeah, it was quick and easy. I don't know how easy, but it was quick, and we're good and making our way back now. Fun times in a new world. You got to make the most of it. Enjoy the thrill. But you know, we're feeling better, heading in the right direction, and crying from some good stuff up a nose. Let's go. So today is day 6, and we're well on our way with our recovery journey. I feel like you can hardly notice if I've got a stuffy voice. I've got a stuffy nose. I hardly notice if I have a lower voice or a grainy voice. A little bit of a stuffy nose, you know, a nostril that's stuffed, but not really a whole lot there. Stomach's being a little funky, but nothing crazy. Generally, feeling really good, heading in the right direction. I know a couple friends had mentioned that, you know, there were ups and downs, and it could get a whole lot worse and that kind of thing, but I noticed that it generally was going up. There were a few days where it seemed like it was a little lower than the day before in terms of feeling more symptoms, but generally all trending in the better direction. So let's hope it keeps going that way here, day 6, you know, continuing to relax and try to stay well and eating. I'm eating 100% now, just full amounts like I used to for the last couple of days here. So we're good, heading in the right direction, and see how things shake out in a couple days. And today is day 7. You can hear in my voice, I think, that I sound almost good as new here. It's been just progressing better and better over the course of the past couple days, which has been great. I think this is the best day I've been feeling yet. There's still a little bit of congestion, you know, a little bit of nose blowing going on, and maybe a little bit of throat tinglies, lots of hydration going on, and feeling like I'm dehydrated when it's just leftover sore throatness. But overall, looking really good, I think, heading in the right direction. Glad to see we're moving right along. And I also got my test results back. They were positive for the PCR test the second time around here. So I have that official diagnosis, which I sent on off to Southwest for that documentation, and we'll see how things go. You know, hopefully this will actually be something that might help us in the future with some plans that I got going on. You'll find out more about when we progress here. But yeah, excited to share all the adventures with you. Feeling a good chunk better. Going to continue to keep you updated, but we'll be on our way to our next leg real soon. I think, you know, we're going to be good to go before you know it. And today is day 9, I believe, so about a week until I fly out of town now, and you can tell I'm 90+% there. Maybe a little bit more congestion, but pretty much all cleared up here. Feeling good, I'm sounding good. I think you'll have to let me know what you think. And overall, ready to go. So I think we're on track in terms of that recovery. Wanted to give you some insights in my recovery adventure, and I don't love the divisiveness and the separation going on in the world. So I think that everyone has to do what's right for them, make the healthy and wise decision for what's right for you, because everybody has their own situations. But it's important to remember that we are all human. We're all trying to do what's best for ourselves and our family and take care of ourselves and those around us. So I wanted to give you these insights into my background, but also putting out that point regarding there's no need to have that separation amongst people. And the more we can all come together, the better off we are. I actually started watching Ted Lasso during this time, and speaks exactly to that message that I'm trying to speak to as well, in terms of bringing that positivity, trying to be good to people and unite people, even in those trickier times. So something to keep in mind for you as well. Now that we've recovered, we are making our way back on our next adventure. The very next adventure shall kick off with us maybe having a little bit more fun here in Houston before we make our way, and of course, making our way to the airport, showing you what's next on our travel adventures. So excited to share it with you. Can you guess where I'm going next? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to make your day an amazing day. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay informed of future positive vibes heading your way. And until next time, play on. I want you to see what my symptoms, I want it.